and welcome to a special episode of the Cryptcast. Joining me today are the lovely Zeh Overseer.
I was gonna grab one of those motion sensor screaming Halloween decorations and have it next to me, and then turn it on when you called my name, and that would be my introduction, but all the ones we have are out of batteries, so... Happy Halloween.
Spoopy. And also joining me today are Clutch Roadagain.
Yeah, it's me. Hey, what's up, gang?
Yeah. And also joining us today is the lovely Dr. Applejuice.
How's it going? I'm Dr. Applejuice. I used to abridge, but now I don't.
Yeah.
So
and that's all right.
Eat shit, viewers. No, I'm kidding.
Today is a special episode because it's Halloween. I'm so scared about Halloween in 2020. Oh yeah. Don't fucking go outside if you're listening to this. Don't fucking go outside.
Honestly, the only thing scary this year about Halloween is the politics, am I right, boys? Jay, please edit in a laugh track. I want to feel big. So anyways, what are we talking about tonight on Halloween? It's Halloween when we're recording this.
This should be coming out either Halloween Eve or Halloween Day. First, we're going to be talking about our Halloween experiences, and after that, we're going to be talking about a little bit about horror media. And I mean horror media, not horror media.
Oh, fuck. I misread the memo.
Yeah, I had a whole fucking, docket of, porno recommendations up, and, well, I guess I'll just throw it out then.
You're not getting my hentai collection today.
Oh, there goes all of my notes.
I just threw my fucking notebook, and it, hit the wall.
Happy Halloween, genital bees. Buzz, bitch.
Buzz.
You know what the scariest thing on Halloween is? An abridged crossover. Oh, we did that.
Oh no.
Well, anyways, you guys want to share some Halloween memories? Any of you got?
I've got one. It's very wholesome and very cute. Not sure if this counts as a memory because it happened when I was a baby, but I've had stories told to me about this happening. It's from, I think it might have been my first time out trick-or-treating. I was in a stroller, and my older brother, who I'm not going to name his name, but he's 2 years older than me, my older brother went as a pirate, and we went up to this house, because we were trick-or-treating, and there was apparently this coffin, in front of the house, and the people who own the house apparently... as a typical Halloween joke, a guy jumped out of the coffin to scare kids. So the guy jumped out of the coffin, and what my older brother did is he jumped in front of me, pulled out his plastic pirate sword, and pointed it right at the guy as he jumped out. He jumped in front of me to protect me and guarded me from this evil vampire man trying to get me, and the man just stood back and was just like, whoa, okay, kid, I'm sorry.
I must stab this person for you.
Yeah, exactly. And my parents were just laughing their asses off as the man was apparently caught so off guard. He just put his hands up like, whoa, okay, kid, I'm sorry. It was just a prank, bro.
That's funny.
Plot twist, he was actually gonna kill you. He was a real vampire.
Oof.
He jumps out, I want to suck your... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, that makes it even more badass. My brother saved me from a real vampire.
That's funny.
So, that's basically the whole story, and that's basically the only story I got, but, it's such a cute and cute story that I love so much that I really wanted to share it.
I can only think of that video of that dude who did the face morph to look like Dracula, and he's like,
"Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick, blood. I'll suck your blood." Oh shit!
I've seen it. It's so good.
Anyways, Clutch, you got anything Halloween memory?
You would think I'd have more Halloween memories given the sick and twisted type of son of a bitch I am. But I think the only real Halloween memory I have is like I was like really little. I had to be like 1 or 2. And like we were trick or treating in one of the nicer neighborhoods, and we go to this door and knock on it, and like this fucking like I think this dude was like drunk or something, and he was like, "Hey kid, that's a cool costume. Take this grape soda."
Oh no!
Hey, take this grape soda, kid. You're all right.
Oh no!
My mom was like, "Okay, cool, thanks." Oh, and another year. This was actually kind of creepy for me at the time, but looking back, it's funny as hell. So, like, this one house had left their bowl unattended on the front porch, and I run up, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm just gonna take all this fucking candy, and I dunk my hand in, and then I hear this, like, small tapping, because the bowl's in front of a window. I look up, and this old lady's face is, like, illuminated by, like, this orange light from the inside, and I can see her looking at me, and she raises like a crusty finger to signify take one.
Oh.
And this fucking old ass lady scared me more than any fucking like fucking any Halloween decoration at the time.
Heck, you better fucking only take one.
Yeah, looking back, she kind of looks like the Dracula video. That's all I can see. That's all I can see. Oh God,
he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Take one piece of candy, or I'll suck your dick. I mean blood.
Jesus Christ.
That's my little segment, my Halloween stories.
I always felt fucking like shit if I even dare try to take the whole bowl or take a lot from the bowl. Like if the sign did say like only take 1 or 2 or whatever, I always followed that because I was a fucking pussy ass bitch. Because I was fucking scared that they would come out, and some places had security cameras, so.
But I remember there was this one this happened recently, like not like recently, but like a year or 2 back in regards to recently. But it was like one of the last times I went out trick or treating, and this asshole fucking like he had a tall chain link fence that he had locked, and on his porch, on his porch was like a bowl of like big candy bars, but we couldn't get to him because he fucking locked his fence. Because he locked his gate, so none of us could get to it.
I've had that that happen twice actually. Someone like forgot to open the latch on their gate. Oh, so Doc, you figure out anything? You got anything?
So there's, I guess when I was a lot younger, my parents and I moved to a new house out in the middle of nowhere. They both got new jobs. My dad was a writer, and my mom, I don't know, some sort of real estate agent of some sort. And it was right after the move. It was like they didn't really have time.
This is starting out like an actually
anymore.
Scary story.
And I kind of wish I could. I kind of wish I could get away from them. And I found this crawl space in this big, old, derelict house. I went through it, and I found there were my parents, but they were a lot nicer, and they were willing to pay attention to me, and they had buttons for eyes.
Oh, wow. Yeah?
And my name was Coraline, by the way.
Speaking of that, like, I've actually been watching Coraline for like the past couple of years as a horror movie to watch on Halloween because it is freaky, but it's also wholesome as fuck. So, because it's a good movie. I've been watching it for the past couple of years for Halloween.
I haven't watched that movie since I was like 15 or 14, but I remember liking it.
I had never watched that movie, but I named my cat after it.
For real though, there was when I was young, my mom made costumes for me, which is really nice. One year, I decided I wanted to be Eminem. So
Okay. Before you tell it, which Eminem?
The rapper Eminem.
No, I mean like Eminem or like Slim Shady Eminem.
Eminem.
He wanted to go as
So
the big
I
candy.
just wore a hoodie with headphones on, and that was my costume.
Okay, I'll tell you right now, that is not the saddest Halloween costume I've heard about. One year I just put on a flannel and said, "I'm Earl Hickey from My Name is Earl."
But like, here's the thing: I was legitimate into it. I'm like, I'm Eminem. I'm so cool. I was like 9.
I was like, I didn't even have a mustache, homie. I was like, fucking like, yeah, fucking I'm Earl.
Fuck it, I'm Earl.
Because like I wore flannel every day, anyways.
That really isn't a show you should be watching if you're a kid, though. Because if you're trick or treating, you should be like a kid.
Oh, but My Name is Earl is so good. Why wasn't this the year of Halloween? I'm just noticing that.
It is pretty spoopy that we're all just inside, alone, dying.
Why couldn't Halloween just lasted all year this year? That would have encouraged everyone to put on a mask, and we wouldn't be dealing with stupid people.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm joking. I feel like I should make sure that everybody knows I'm joking. I know Halloween masks don't actually do shit.
They could. I mean, fucking cosplayers are great at this shit. That's another thing is that like we're missing a bunch of cosplayers doing Halloween shit, man. That's what I loved about attending this convention that happens in my town, Komoricon, was that it happens around Halloween. So everyone's already in cosplay, in costumes and shit. It's a neat little thing. And also, I'm about to flex on y'all that I got to trick or treat in Disneyland.
Fuck you, really?
Jesus,
Yeah.
really.
The
Fuck was that like?
fuck, how many years ago? It was. I was like 14 or 15. And it was on our Disney trip because we go to Disneyland every few years. We don't have like an annual pass sort of thing. We just go when we can because my family's a bunch of Disney freaks. But we went during Halloween that year, and it was super interesting because one, they turned Haunted Mansion into Nightmare Before Christmas, and the usual parades that they do during the day, they saved it for the night and had it hosted by Jack Skellington. So it was super cool. And
okay, question: Why would they not turn Haunted Mansion into Nightmare Before Christmas on Christmas? Because it's already a scary ride.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. It lasted up until the end of Christmas.
Oh, I see.
Like that. Yeah. They had it up from Halloween to the end of Christmas.
I was about to say the date seems a little off there.
It saves them time and they don't have to like revert it back.
Well, imagine going in November, but like you want to go to the Haunted Mansion ride, and you're like, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Imagine if it's Halloween and you want to go on the Haunted Mansion ride.
Right. It was still super cool though. Like but fucking how the trick or treating worked is that they had a bunch of inflatable Mickey pumpkins, and they had like they had them stationed all throughout the park in all the different lands, so people could walk up to it and get some candy. Like they actually legit handed people candy, like a little house to house or thing. And some of the restaurants there even handed out candy too.
Aww, that's cute.
It was super cool. And that's my only flex for Halloween.
That's a pretty good flex.
Like, I still haven't gone during Christmas, and I really want to, but going for Halloween was actually like one of the best memories I have. That's going to Disneyland and also just in general.
Sounds dope as fuck.
And I was dressed as Darth Vader because this was around the time when Disney purchased Star Wars. That was right around the time when they purchased Lucasfilm.
Wait, you saw it coming?
Boy. Oh boy.
J-Chip knew. You could.
Oh yeah, I was old enough to understand.
Jeez.
He saw where the tides were turning. Oh wait, was it before or after?
It was like a few months after. Like it happened that year.
Yeah. I bet you were like you weren't the only Vader there.
Yeah, I wasn't. There was actually a lot of good Star Wars cosplayers, basically.
And I wonder how.
I mean, is there any kid
now?
in the world who didn't want to dress up as Darth Maul at least once in their lives?
Exactly.
I think that was my first
Darth Maul's
face
super
paint.
cool,
Right?
Darth Maul was super dope.
Yeah, it was super cool. I would love to do it again. I would love to do it in the Japanese Disneyland. But shifting subject a little bit, we've talked about horror media before on Brainwatching, the second episode of Brainwatching.
Yeah, specific. Yeah, that part of that second episode of Brainwatching, that was my idea. The whole stuff from our childhood that scared us. It was mostly children's media, but
yeah, like that sort of shit. So since you guys weren't in that episode, would you guys actually like to say some things that scared you as kids?
Absolutely.
Like in media?
Absolutely.
Sure.
So, I don't know about media, but, like, as a kid, I hated mascots, like sports mascots or, like, mascots at a fair. And now I hate fursuits. Like, or furries, like anthros. Like, if a human being walks up to me and they're like, hey, I'm a furry, it's a little weird, but I'm not freaked out by it. But, like, it's the characters, like, the anthro things freak me the fuck out. And it's
right.
I think it's because, specifically, I was terrified of mascots as a kid. And I just never got out of it.
I used to kind of be freaked out by, there's this, I'm sure you heard of it, but there's this restaurant place called Chuck E. Cheese. And I used to be terrified of Chucky. Like Chucky the mascot, not Chucky the fucking doll.
How is that ever supposed to be for kids?
Right? He's kind of freaky.
That thing is nightmare fuel. No wonder Five Nights at Freddy's was a thing.
Yeah, because not only was like the animatronic pretty freaky, but like the person walking around in the costume was pretty freaky too. I just didn't like it, honestly. but I kind of got over it when I heard that one of my friends tore off his tail. Like that one episode of Drake and Josh.
But imagine if it was actually a really big rat boy though, and you just ripped his tail off.
You bitch!
Oh!
You bastard! Why would you do this?
And the Chuck E. Cheese employees got to run in like, oh no, he's getting aggravated!
Put him down!
Get the Drake gun!
They have like those poles with the loops around them, like they have at the dog pound.
Yeah! They gotta fucking restrain Charles Entertainment Cheese.
That's actually his middle name.
That
E stands for entertainment.
Yeah.
But Clutch, you got anything that spooked you as a kid?
I do, and you know what? I'm very surprised that I actually found it. So what happened was my dad took me to a CD store with him once, because this was like back during the early 2000s, I believe, late 90s, well before CD stores were like phased out by the dawn
phased
of the iPod.
out? What? There's CD stores all over the place.
Not really here.
Oh, there's lots here.
Like we have FYE and like some novelty record stores.
Yeah.
Record stores is a novelty, rather. But otherwise, like, the CD stores kind of died out. So, basically, I remember going with my dad and checking out the CDs while he was, like, talking to the cashier. I think it was, like, his friend working there or something. And, I remember seeing this album right here.
Oh.
And I remember getting the fucking daylight scared out of me because I thought that little man on the CD was gonna come out and kill me.
Oh, dissection!
I thought he. Yeah, no, this CD cover scared me like really badly as a kid.
Have you listened to it since? Is it a good album?
I did. Honestly, I never even looked into it. It was like that, so I was so insistent on staying away from it for that long.
It's old school, like 80s death metal.
90s, actually. I checked, and it is an album released in 1996, so the date lines up. And it's by the German metal band Dissection, as was said before. And like honestly, I'm interested in listening to it. I might after this recording.
Yeah.
I'm a tough grown up who knows the drawings can't come out of the drawing and kill me.
I don't know about that one, but
fucking Doodle Bob wasn't real. I'm sorry. Doodle Bob was a work of fiction.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me that. That tells me that waifus will never be real.
That's what I've been trying to tell you for... Never mind. The only album I own is a Death Clock album, because as a teenager I was obsessed with Metalocalypse.
Yeah, owning albums is okay, I guess. I say looking over at like the 2 boxes of vinyl I own.
dude, I like that. That's actually one thing that I like about Barnes and Noble is that it sells modern vinyl albums. Like I saw a vinyl album for Hamilton. Oh, Doc, I don't know why I thought about this, but like, how did people actually react to you dressing up as Eminem?
Well, a lot of places at that point, the big thing when you went trick or treating was you have to sing a song to get candy.
God!
So I'd just sing Eminem stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I get it now."
I would, Doc. I'm not even joking. I will pay you I will pay to listen to you rap to Eminem.
Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it'd be so empty without me. Get it? Cause I'm fat.
I want my money back.
Now we're gonna get copyrighted because that was too perfect.
Yeah, Eminem's gonna like listen to this and then spit his drink out.
Shit. Now I have to quit rap for this.
I've created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady on chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, well, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. Some vodka that will jumpstart your heart quicker than the shot when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long, so stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag, and I'm ovulating. I know you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They tried to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
This might be the only time I'm ever able to mention, and it have it be fitting, that I've actually practiced the verse, I guess that's verse, the famous verse to Rap God.
Do it.
I can never get the first line right. But so far it's you assuming I'm a human, what I gotta do to get it through you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I'm rubber, so anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll glue to you. I'm devastating more than I'm demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience a feeling like it's levitating, never fading, and the haters are forever waiting for the day they can say I felt need to celebrating, because I know the way to get them motivating. I'm making living I fucked it up, sorry.
Halloween is ruined.
I never thought I would hear fucking Zeh Overseer do Rap God.
The Overseer, you ruined Halloween by not doing it perfectly 1-for-1.
Yeah. Anyways, fucking. Were any of you guys you guys been super into like horror movies at all?
Not really. I'll be honest. I've never liked horror movies. I never really found them scary, but most of them, I just find there's not much to them. Scary monster attacks, killing people one by one. until they're defeated and there's
Yeah,
one or two survivors, ... or are they defeated? And you copy and paste that.
It becomes
for like
cliche.
90% of horror movies.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Like, even big ones that people are like, oh my god, they break the mold. Like Alien. That's Alien. It just has the gimmick of being on a spaceship.
Okay, I am not a fan of horror, but Alien is a fucking good movie.
I like Aliens as just a movie, not really like horror movie. It's just a good movie.
Aliens, the sequel, is good. I like Aliens. I don't care for Alien. It's just scary monster attacks, killing people one by one until it's defeated, or is it?
I disagree.
But also, it's on a spaceship.
Do you guys actually consider monster movies, like any monster movies, just horror?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm thinking of. Like, this is the question I commonly ask myself, because I've never seen the movie, but I kind of want to. Is Jaws consider horror?
Yes.
I would say so. I'd say it's like a horror / thriller. It sort of like straddles the line, but it's in the envelope, you know?
I think it's considered that because, like, what's that movie? 47 Meters Down is a horror, and it's got that same Jaws aspect of it. And
I've never seen Jaws, but I do kind of want to, because everyone says it's like, despite the premise just being giant shark eats people, like everybody says it's like one of the best movies of all time.
It's more to it than just scary monster attacks. It's about the people.
Yeah, and that's the thing with most monster movies, is that like they really involve the people more than the monster.
The aspect of Jaws being horror really shines the most during the ending. Because there's some shots during the ending where I'm like, that is some bona fide horror right there. Like, that was scary to look at.
You want a fun thing about Jaws is that, well, there are a couple of like accidents that happened on set that ended up making the movie better. Like, for example, at the very beginning, there's a woman that supposedly gets dragged by the shark underwater. So she has her legs sort of tied up on this contraption that's supposed to pull her through the water really slowly, and they were supposed to speed the footage up. Instead, the mechanism malfunctioned and just, like, whipped her around in the water, and she actually was, like, terrified she was drowning. So they used that footage of her genuine thinking she was gonna die.
Holy shit!
I hope she got compensated really good for that.
Yeah, I think she like quit right after that.
Yeah, fuck
and
that.
They had like a mechanical contraption for the shark underwater, and they were gonna get underwater shots, like full view of the shark, but it ended up not working properly, so they couldn't get those shots, and it worked out better because you never really see the shark until the very end.
I actually heard about that story when I went to Universal Studios. I don't know if it was one of the guides that said it, or like just someone told me. But like,
they had to get it for like at least 1 or 2 shots though, because I remember there was like at least one shot where you could see the shark going under the boat.
Yeah, it was like towards the very end where they're actually on the boat. But they had planned like on the beach a lot of shots, but it didn't work out. And I think it turned out a lot better not seeing the shark until later.
I don't watch a lot of horror movies just because I'm a huge pussy. I'm very easily scared. I don't mix well with horror just because like I'm a wuss. But I will say, even I did watch Halloween for the first time last year, and that one is really, despite it following the same exact formula that Doc just laid out, it does follow that formula, but man, that movie has tension down to a science. Like, that movie is does tension masterfully.
You know what movie tension I really liked was The Shining. The Shining did it pretty well.
I actually pose a question to you guys. Is there a horror movie or horror thing that you thought was more funny, like comedic, more than like horrific? Because
as in unintentionally?
Yeah, because one movie that stands out to me that way is Insidious. It is fucking hilarious and not scary at all.
I'm trying to think.
like I said, I don't watch enough horror movies to really like pick one out of the pack that's just like, wow, this movie like this is like I can't have seen a so bad it's good one when I haven't even seen the good ones.
And now that I look at it as an adult, the Chucky movies are fucking great. They're fucking hilarious.
I think they're kind of intended to be, aren't they?
Well, yeah, it's a mix of comedy and it's a mix of crude comedy and horror. But like, it's more funny than horror nowadays. I like that about it.
Back when I used to watch reviews, like I remember a bunch of, I could name stuff that I heard from the reviews, but that wouldn't really be fair because I haven't actually watched the movie. Remember the found footage craze? Remember that? Like after Paranormal Activity came out, and there was one like
yeah.
I hate that.
It's become such a fucking overdone thing.
No, I remember back like after Paranormal Activity came out. It wasn't even
Paranormal Activity. That was Blair Witch that launched it.
Well, that was back in like isn't Blair Witch from like the 90s?
I think it was like 99 or maybe 2000.
I specifically remember a time when like after Paranormal Activity came out and became this 99. Huge thing. There was like a found footage movie coming out like every month.
Yeah.
One of them, I never watched it, and I don't even remember the title, but I watched Jeremy John's review of it, and this point that he brings out has always stuck with me, where apparently at the end of the movie, they try to pull the whole, like, oh, did it really happen, or was it just in the guy's imagination?
Oh my
but
God.
The problem is, it's a found footage movie.
Oh my God.
It's everything that happened was on camera.
What?
You can't do that! There is a show, not a movie, but a show that I talked about found footage, that I used to watch all the time as a teenager, even though I'm not a fan of horror. Lost Tapes. Does anyone else remember that?
Jog my mind, because the name sounds familiar, but I'm not placing anything.
It was a found footage. It was fake, obviously, but it was a found footage horror show on Animal Planet. And it was found footage, but with cryptids. Oh,
is that the one with the mermaids?
I don't remember a mermaid episode, but there was like, not famous cryptids like Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot, but like it's stuff like the Jersey Devil and like a bunch of different lake monsters and like the what's that worm called? That desert worm that's really famous? It's like has electric powers and
the fucking death worm.
Yeah, they did an episode on that. I haven't watched it in ages, but I remember I watched it all the time when it was on Netflix.
Yeah,
It was fucking scary.
I loved it. I have very
scared the shit out of me, but
memories of being scared of that show. Yeah, no, fucking it was. I believe it was like. I think that's what it was. It was straight up just called Lost Footage.
It was called Lost Tapes.
Lost Tapes, right? I don't know why I said Lost Footage.
If our eyes see it, if our cameras capture it,
oh my God,
does it exist? Enter a realm where fact meets fiction, science meets legend, where nightmares come to life.
Oh my God.
Do you believe?
I remember.
Played at the beginning of every episode, and it's been etched into my brain.
Fuck.
I would love another season of that, honestly. I feel like we would benefit.
It has a lot of potential.
It has a lot of potential.
Like it's such a unique
the horror
concept.
show that I actually have gotten really into is it's again, it's more comedic, but like it's just storytelling, is American Horror Story. It's such a good series.
God, I'm still now I'm like thinking back to those old Lost Tapes episodes, and now how scared I was. Like they did an Alien episode. And when you imagine, like, an alien found footage, like, you expect, you don't expect what they actually do. For the Alien episode, instead of doing, like, a little green men or something, it's a fucking bug. It's a giant-ass bug that is, like, they bring it to a lab, and it starts out super small, but then it gets out and starts, like, growing super rapidly. And at the end of the episode, it just fucking flies out the window. Like, no big, like, battle or anything, no, like, super huge climax, it just flies out the window, and as the credits roll, the narrator's just like, and they never found it.
Oh my God.
And I'm just that I couldn't sleep that night because I was thinking an alien bug was gonna fly through my window.
Oh, do people consider Jurassic Park horror? Like the old Jurassic Park?
So.
Apparently not. I had this argument with a bunch of people in my film class, and I was the only one vehemently defending that it was, and everyone else says no. So apparently it's not, but I'm gonna say it's horror adjacent.
That scene in the kitchen with the velociraptors, that's pretty horror.
Yeah, it's pretty. It can be. It can get freaky at times. Yeah.
I guess it's not horror because it has actual plot to it and character development.
It has actual plot. It's on that fine line of like monster movies, you know, like where it's like more about like the characters and also just like the anomaly of a monster existing, more than like being scared of like how terrifying this would be, you know?
Yeah,
it's on that fine line,
I guess.
It's like how the 2000s Godzilla movie was listed under horror, which I can kind of understand because it's goofy as fuck, but like it's shot in a way that like it's all super dark and gritty, and like there are moments where Godzilla and Godzilla's babies like are like freaky a bit.
Is just anything with a monster that eats at least one person considered horror these days?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vor is part of horror confirmed.
Jurassic Park. Horror.
Jurassic Park is about Vor. Case closed.
I guarantee you Jurassic Park was somebody's sexual awakening.
It probably
you
was.
Know what? Not even probably.
I wish that what's the dinosaur that goes like and it spits poison and they're just like, I wish he'd spit on me.
Oh God.
See, my sexual awakening was that Magic School Bus episode where they go into Ralph's open wound. No, it's the one where they turn into fish eggs and get fertilized by all the fish sperm.
Oh no.
That's it. That happened.
Jesus Christ.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining me tonight. And stay safe, guys. Goodbye.
What was your sexual awakening? Leave it in the comments below.
Or don't.